Hey Virgos, welcome back to my channel. Guys, if you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, thanks so much for supporting the channel. So I'm going to go ahead and get your new moon energy reading. Now, this is a general message, so it may not resonate with everyone. Just take what resonates for you, Virgos, and leave the rest. Anybody interested in a personal reading, my information is always down below. Thanks to those who do reach out for those, and thanks to those who donate to the channel, and to those of you who do subscribe. It's very much appreciated. So I do hope that everybody's doing well, okay? Now, Virgos, feel free to correct me in the comments, but I do believe that this is a new moon in Virgo. I also believe it's an eclipse. I also believe that they are calling it a black moon because I think it's the second new moon in a single month, okay? So we do have the new moon in Virgo card here from the Moonology deck, and I am going to read it to you, and then I will put it back and see what actual energy comes out for you. But the new moon in Virgo card says it's a time to give rather than take. Now, when I read this card, just the card looking at it without the book, it gave me this energy where for a lot of you, there is going to be things that is returning to you. Now, I don't know how you lost certain things, okay? And it's not an energy of, oh my God, you lost a ring and you're going to find that exact ring. No, it was more like an energy thing where if you felt you have been done wrong in situations, or like I said, maybe certain energies have been projecting against you. I feel like Spirit is going to be rewarding you back these things, and it could be in different ways, okay? In ways that you don't expect. So I'm hearing look out for the blessings here. So the card actually says it is on page 52, which could be significant, or 25, but it boils down to a 7. So even just with the 7, it's giving me the 7 of Wands. Okay, so yeah, when I think about it, even just what I just said, right? I'm seeing the 7 of Wands, but I'm also seeing the 7 of Swords. So that 7 of Swords energy represents, liar, cheat, a thief, things that have been stolen. Again, it doesn't have to be physically. It could be emotionally. It could be, mentally. But I feel like these things are being returned with that 7 of Wands energy, okay? But it's also a time where I feel like for a lot of my Virgos, this is a time for you to stand your ground, okay? This is a time for you maybe to put the energy in. But it says, when this card comes up, it's a time for you to take stock of your situation. Where are you and where do you want to go? The new moon energy of this card suggests a restart, and the Virgo energy suggests you make the restart a clever one that's simple and well organized. Also, it says Virgo also has a strong health aspect to it. If you've been unwell, this card suggests your health is on the up. Virgo loves clean eating and alternative therapies, so add these to your routines now. However, you've been feeling. It says if a situation is blocked at the moment, it could be that you're overanalyzing things or being too critical. It's time to ask less about what else. It's time to ask less what someone else can do for you and to think more about what you can do for others. So it says, additional meanings for this card. It says pay attention to details if you want success. It says be of service to others and love. It says and money will flow. So give back. This could be a heavy energy of where, like I said, you're going to receive. But it all depends on what it is that you have done and things like that. So let's put it back and let's see what actual card comes out for you. Spirit, what do we have for my Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, and Venus? What does this new moon energy in Virgo have for them? What do we have for Virgo? I'm going to get a card for now and a card for going forward. What are we getting stuck on? Yeah, I'm telling you. You have a win-win outcome is forecast. But you also have don't let pride get in your way here, okay? And I'm also seeing meditate and contemplate. So this is giving me this energy of think before you act. Like the card said, right? I feel like it's more about being strategic in situations. I'm hearing like be 10 steps ahead. Give me a card for Virgo. Thank you, Spirit. Can I get a card for now and a card for going forward? I'm hearing I'll wait. Maybe you had to wait and be patient for something here, Virgos. And going forward. Thank you. Okay, we've got 2 going forward. Bottom of the deck, you have the end of a tough cycle approaches. So the first card coming out is, what do you need to release? You also have, I feel like I want to take this one. It says conclusions are within reach. And it does say, it says full moon eclipse, even though this is a new moon. But I feel like with this energy of endings, right? And then going forward, you have new moon eclipse. So I didn't even see it said that. So we just eclipsing all around, huh? So it says expect powerful change. And that's exactly where we are, I feel like. So again, it could depend on the things that you have released. Okay? I feel like with conclusions are within reach, I feel like also it has to do with how you have dealt with things. Is what this expect powerful change is going to be about. But show me more. What do we have for Virgo? I feel like so far so good. What is the energy, Spirit? Can I get a card for what do you need to release? It's a lot of cards. I see nature, I see intuition, and I see passion. Now the nature card talks about grounding yourself. It says find a sanctuary in nature. It says connect with the elements. Your intuition card says listen to the whispers of your heart. It says use divination tools to help you decide. It says trust your intuition no matter what. And then passion. It says do what excites you. It says get fired up about your life. It says increase your energy levels. All right. So we have adventure. It says dare to do things differently. It says manifest your travel dreams. It says move to a new location. So I don't know if some of you are leaving the past behind. Some of you could be relocating. You could just be traveling here. Or maybe you're getting ready to take a risk in a situation. It's making me think of the Fool card. But there's something here about being fearless, Virgos. Conclusions are within reach. Okay, so we have hope. Don't give up on hope, right? It says stay positive. It says the worst is behind you. It says look up to the light. And we just saw that at the bottom of the deck. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Some of you with that full moon in Capricorn is making me feel like some of you are really letting go of toxic things or situations or people. Things that keep you in a low vibration. Expect powerful change. You have abundance. And it says, enjoy the bounty of life. It says your supply is unlimited. It says blessings are coming to you. What did I say at the very beginning? There's something here about you receiving. And at the bottom of the deck, we have receive. Okay, thank you, Spirit. All right, let's go. Let's see. What is this? Show me a little bit more about this. What do you need to release? Now, like I said, some of you could already have released this, right? And this may just be some sort of confirmation for you. Some of you may need clarity, and it may give you some sort of clarity for a situation that you are dealing with. All right, give me 3 cards. The first card is the moon. And it is a number 18, which could be significant. I see the Emperor at the bottom of the deck with the King of Air and awakening. Heavy masculine energy here. Could be speaking to a masculine. You may be going through awakening. You may be seeing things differently. You may be stepping into your power. You may be learning to speak up for yourself with that King of Air. But the Moon card, like I said, number 18 could be significant, or 81. It boils down to a 9, which would give me the Wounded Warrior, the 9 of Wands. And I've always said to you guys that the Wounded Warrior is really like one of my favorite cards. Because to me, it talks about someone who has been through a lot. Okay? Almost to the point where maybe you're at some sort of crossroads where you kind of feel like, damn, should I just give up? But I feel like there's something in the Wounded Warrior where it kind of clicks and he's like, you know what? No. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to learn from my past experience. And I'm going to use that experience almost like I want to say to my better wisdom. But the Moon can also talk about fear here, Virgos, okay? But again, this heavy energy of using your intuition, you may find that it's heightened at this time. You may find that you've been getting some sort of weird dreams or something like that. I'll tell you about a dream I had in a minute. I don't know. It's not really relevant. It might be relevant to someone, but I'm just going to tell you anyway. But anyway, so the Moon says important psychic insights. It says events behind the scenes. It says release fears that hold you back. What do you need to release so that you can step into this new adventure, into this new cycle, into this new journey? Now, when I was saying about that devil energy, now the dream that I had, right, it was really weird, just very quickly. It was like, it was somebody that I knew in the dream, but it's someone that I don't deal with. So it was weird to see them there. And this person tried to come up to me and give me something. And it's like, they were trying to convince me, go on, just, you'll be all right. Just take this, take this. So I said, what is it? And when I opened my hand, it was like a pill. So I'm assuming it was some sort of a drug. And it's almost like, even in that moment in the dream, it's almost like I looked at it and I was like, the way they were trying to convince me, it's almost like I almost kind of started to think about it. Should I? And as soon as I had that thought, it's like there was like a wind or something came and just blew the pill out of my hand. And it's like the pill rolled underneath like a chest of drawers thing. And I was actually bending down trying to find it in the dream. But then it's like, I don't know if this is like a warning to say, be careful of people that may be trying to influence you to do certain things that you are ready to let go of, okay? Ready to walk away from. It gives that energy of people maybe not wanting you to elevate or to grow. They want you to stay the same. They want you to stay stuck in the same place. Spirit says no. And I feel like that was maybe an ancestor or angel, like I said, that came and just blew that pill out of my hand as I was thinking, should I? And they were like, no. So, moving on. That was a little story. Can you show me more about this moon? We have the 5 of Water. So the 5 of Water says things not turning out the way you'd hoped. It says not seeing the positive in a situation. It says crying over spilt milk. So this is making me again think of holding on to things that, like it says, didn't turn out the way you wanted it to. That bring you some sort of grief, sorrow, pain. Don't stay stuck in that energy. Spirit is saying this is your opportunity now. There's a time here where you can just move on, and they promise you that they're going to show you that why things didn't work out. Because they're going to show you going forward the things that are going to work out for you. Things that you probably couldn't even have imagined, some of you. And some of you, it may even just be something as simple as, do you know what? You've got hurt and you say to yourself, I'm never going to love again. And then boom, the person of your dreams walks into your life. And the next thing you know, that you're with this person for the rest of your life. And then you're going to think back one day about this and think, it's laughable. You'll find the humor in the situation. Give me another card. I see the 6 of Air and the King of Fire at the bottom of the deck. This is having the motivation, the passion to move forward. There is calmer waters ahead here. The 6 of Swords, I always say, is moving away from the 5 of Swords. But right now you have the 5 of Cups on the table. Give me one more card. What do we have for Virgo? The Knight of Air. So the first thing I heard with the Knight of Air is challenging. I understand. Some of you, I don't know if there's something here about pride and ego, okay? I don't know if you're letting that get in the way of a situation here. But the Knight of Air also talks about seizing opportunities. This talks about you using your intelligence here. This talks about events that occur at a great speed once you make a choice. But I feel like Spirit always has to put that choice in your hands. It's free will. They can send you 1,000 signs and synchronicities. The action has to come from you, Virgo. It says take time to carefully review your options. It says creative solutions. Give me one on this moon. Give me one more for this moon. You have the Four of Air and then you have the King of Water. Yeah, I feel like someone here it is, and I see the King of Earth at the bottom of the deck. I really feel like this is about someone who is allowing their feelings to get in the way here. The Four of Air can talk about suffering in silence. And I have this thing where I feel like a lot of Virgos may do that. And I don't know if it's an ego thing, it could be, but I feel like some of you, how do I put this in words? It's almost like because you help so much and because you have such a big heart for a lot of us and things like that, right? I feel like you feel some type of way when it's time for you to reach out and ask for help. And I feel like someone needs to put that behind them. Going back to the energy at the beginning where something here is about, equal give and take. Show me what expect powerful changes and abundance. It's coming out sideways. Can talk about a blockage here. Seven of Earth, which is a Seven of Pentacles here. And the Seven of Pentacles can talk about your investments. Some of you, I feel like maybe it's time for you to plant new seeds. Okay, so again, when you have these great ideas about these great creative ideas, things that you want to start, things that you want to release, things that you want to start getting information about, you're causing yourself delays here. But the Seven of Earth talks about seeds well planted. It says a temporary pause in action. It says unnecessary worry. And if some of you have been experiencing, like I was saying at the beginning, some sort of delays in terms of your finances, or, why you've put so much effort into a business, why is it not moving, I'm going to see, why did the Seven of Pentacles come out sideways? I feel like there's a shift. That's that ego card again, Virgos. This talks about a false sense of entrapment. Stop having the mindset of you don't have enough. Have the mindset that I'm going to take certain steps because I know what I need is coming in. It says being overly focused on material things. It says negative or fear-based thoughts. Give me a card for the Seven of Pentacles. The Ten of Pentacles. Nice. So it says a very happy family life. It says financial security. It says finding magic in the little things in life. Don't have a love for money. There's abundance here. Look at the bottom of the deck. You have the Ten of Water, which is the Ten of Cups. This is emotional fulfillment. Again, this energy of some sort of very contented family situation. It talks about your emotional and material needs as well are met. It says trustworthy friends. Some of you, I don't know, it could be going back to that energy where you keep a lot of things to yourself. Maybe you have trust issues. Give me another card. What are we getting stuck on? The Ten of Fire and the Chariot. Drop the burdens, or the burdens are going to be dropped for you. But you have to show willpower. The Chariot talks about overcoming obstacles, challenges. This is a victory. Archangel Metatron energy. Give me a clear message. Oh, Queen of Pentacles tried to come out. I see the Ace of Cups and I see the Eight of Fire. So I don't know if there's something here about a relationship. Or this is an energy of stepping into self-love, self-care, right? The first card, Moonology card, is a time to give rather than take. I need one card. Thank you, Spirit. All right, listen. So, oh, nice combination. Queen of Air and the Justice. I heard speak it into existence. And this Queen of Air is someone, she's looking into a crystal ball. Some of you, again, I don't know if you feel like you want to reach out to someone or speak to someone here. This is saying to me, if it's a feminine energy, this is someone who is the truth. But I feel like a lot of you are very intelligent. You may be very independent, realistic. Yeah, this talks about standing up for your beliefs. And what did I say about seeing the humor in a situation going forward? The Queen of Air says objective decision making. It says clearing away all that no longer serves you. It says seeing the humor in a situation. I just need one card. Thank you. The Eight of Fire. It says events moving at a fast pace. It says delays are over. It says many things happening at once. And I just heard Spirit say, are you ready? Yeah, I'm hearing on your marks, get set, go. 2 cards for conclusions are within reach in this hope. The Page of Earth, which is the Page of Pentacles. Now, this does talk about making practical decisions, okay? But it also talks about good financial news or about a financial matter. So if you maybe have some sort of legal situation going on, or again, if you've just been hoping, working hard and waiting for your finance to improve. It says wanting to do something more challenging. It says a new area of study. And some of you want to step into something, but it's going to take for you to take the risk. And there's someone here where Spirit is applauding this. Go ahead, do it. We promise you it will work out. But you have to trust and you have to have faith. So I'm hearing trust that everything will work out with conclusions are within reach. One more for this hope. Ego. The ego card is a number 15, could be significant, or 51. It boils down to a 6. The 6 for me would give me the 6 of Wands, which talks about victory and success. Triumph is what I'm hearing. Give me one more for this ego, and then we'll move on. The 2 of Air and the 8 of Earth. Something may have to do with work. Someone could be at a crossroads when it comes to that with the 8 of Pentacles, but the 8 of Earth talks about skilled work is rewarded. It talks about learning all there is to know about a topic. Maybe some of you, like I said, I don't know if you want to research something or you have been doing some sort of research. I heard bookworm. But it also talks about going back to school. Some of you could definitely be, maybe struggling when it's... Do I want to say that? I mean, yeah, right. Some of you could be struggling. You may have your kids going back to school and things like that. Maybe that is costing you a lot and maybe you just kind of, But it says, the 2 of Air says being able or willing. It says being able. See, do you see how I'm saying it? And there is nothing that is a mistake. That's what I feel right now. Because I am saying being able. And even all I'm trying to change the word, because I can see the word, I'm still saying being able. So whoever it is that has it in their head that they are unable or unwilling to do something, Spirit is saying you are able. Because the card actually says being unable or unwilling to make a decision. It says a stalemate. It says pretending there is no problem. Conclusions are within reach. You are able. Where there's a will, there is a way. All right, what else do we have for Virgo? If I chew my whole tongue off, like, what do we have? Let's get you a card from the astrology deck. What is the most important energy for Virgo at this time with this new moon, Spirit? Yeah, I'm hearing you get there in the end. I don't know if they're talking to me or... You get there in the end. All right. Give me a card. What do we have for Virgo? Oh, Virgo. We have Pisces energy. Like the moon. It says, I believe. You've had this card before. Number 24 could be significant. 42. What does it boil down to? A 6. Give me one more. You also have coming out Earth element. Number 38 or 83 boils down to an 11. It says stability. And we already had a card that came out talking about you grounding yourself. It's your element. Bottom of the deck, you have first house. It says the body. Oh, and right behind it, you got the 8th house. It says endings and beginnings. Something needed to end, or something needs to end for this grounded energy to come in, for this balance to come in. But I also see Libra, we just had the Justice card. Okay, so I definitely feel like there's something turning in your favor. You've got Pluto, transformation. Yeah, and there's that energy of knowing I have Taurus energy. So that would make me think of finances. Okay. All right, show me more. What does my Virgos need to know? Give me 2 cards. Strongest energy for Virgo, Spirit. And one more. What are we getting stuck on? Connect with Gaia. And we have hibernation and rejuvenation. Yeah. Healing. Grounding. Again. Nature. Getting outside. Rejoining the world. Or at least connecting to the elements. But give me a clear message. One more. Thank you. So the first one that came out, Virgos. You have affirmation for healing the heart. So there's that pain, there's that sorrow again, okay? In the most respectful way, there's that energy of crying over spilt milk. But you see how she's being comforted by another person. Some of you need somebody, again, you know, don't be afraid to, like I said, if it's someone you know you can trust and things like that, don't be afraid to reach out to them. This card is giving an energy of loyalty. I'm also hearing something about cleansing or purification. Releasing. What do you need to release? The reason it was giving me loyalty is I was looking at the dog and the cat. It's like the dog is at her feet, at their feet, right? You got the cat with its paws on her legs. This gives me an energy of reassurance. But you also have coming out, it says healing waters. So again, this energy maybe where I was hearing cleanse or something like that. Now, I noticed that behind this person, right, it looks like a dry spot, right? The trees all dried up, there's no leaves and things like that. So again, this is giving this energy of rejuvenation here. Now, I am noticing the fox. Now, some of you, there may be a spiritual meaning for the fox, but again, be careful of your circle and people that you have around you. Last cards for my Virgos. Thank you, Spirit. Sorry, I was hearing a song. It's not really a song. I was hearing the Owl and the Pussycat poem for some reason. Anyway. How do you want to end this reading for Virgo? Okay. Anything else? Because that came out. They look like they're together. I see the World card, the Lovers, and birth. Something definitely may be about a relationship for some of you. Or maybe just giving birth to something new, something that you love or have passion for. Maybe you want to do something that is on the World Wide Web. How do you want to end this reading for Virgo? Oh, it came out. Okay. So it came out. So I'll show you the first two that came out together. These two came out together. So it says proposal, number 27 or 72 boils down to a 9. It says a romantic or business opportunity is indicated. And it came out with wish, number 35 or 53 boils down to an 8. And the 8 of Wands talks about what's coming in. It's your very last card out here, okay? And it says your heart's desire is ready to come true. Now, these three, I see the Lovers, which I just saw a little while ago. It came out with the Dragonfly and the Transformation. So transformation, number 32 or 23, boils down to a 5, talks about change. Yeah, breaking some sort of generational curses or just, I just heard just breaking away. So it says reach out for the power and strength to make changes. It says enrich your life and become the person you want to be. You have the number 8. It says Dragonfly. It says have confidence during this time of great joy, renewal, and connection to spirit. I'm also hearing don't be afraid of your spiritual gifts. I don't know if someone here is afraid of their spiritual gifts. But you also have the Lovers, number 18 or 81 boils down to a 9. And it says there are 2 paths ahead. It says be true to yourself. So even if that is to do with a job, right? Because we saw that 2 of Swords with the 8 of Pentacles. I believe it was the 2 of Swords. So Virgos, that's what I have for you. I do hope that something has resonated with you guys. If it has, I do ask that you hit the thumbs up for me. Subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so you know when I upload. But Virgos, if this is where we part, guys, stay safe. Love and light, Virgo.